I've got the easiest, but also the fanciest appetizer for you, perfect for any holiday. Hi, I'm Carrie with eatingonadime.com, and we're on a mission to help families eat well on a budget. Today's appetizer does just that. You only need 3 ingredients, and it's super simple to make, but it also looks really fancy and tastes fancy too. You're going to be shocked how delicious this recipe is, because you're just going to need brie, crescent roll, and an egg. Now you can grab the full recipe linked in the description below, but before we get started, I wanted to let you know that we have a Christmas digital cookbook that is on a huge discount right now, because we're on a mission to help everyone eat a delicious Christmas without spending a lot of time. Okay, so the first thing we need is a Crescent Dough Sheet. So not the Crescent Rolls, but you can still use the Crescent Rolls if you can't find the sheet, and I'm going to talk about that. So we're going to use the sheet. You could also use like a homemade Crescent Roll recipe if you wanted to as well, but I'm going for super simple, easy. I have to show up to this party and I don't know what to bring. That's what we're kind of going for here. So you're going to take this and roll it out. I'm going to roll it on a cutting board because we're going to cut it in half. So I'm going to roll it out. And then we're going to take a knife and just cut it in half. Now we're going to take one of those pieces and we're going to place it right in the middle of a cooking sheet. I'm using my Caraway pan that is a non-stick, but any cooking sheet will work. Then we're going to take one brie. Now you can just find this at your local grocery store. It's usually in like the deli area. You know, there's usually like in the deli area, you'll find like special cheeses, and it's usually like in the center, like in a separate thing. But anyway, this is what brie is. You're going to take the wrapping off, and it's going to look like it still has wrapping on it. It's white, and you can just leave all that on there. Then we're going to place that right in the middle. Once you have the brie in the middle, then we're going to take the second half and we're going to lay it right on top. Then I'm going to stretch it to make sure it's all covered up. So now we're going to go around and just pinch it down. And then we're going to take the edges and fold them to the top. Some of them, like this, won't go as far. That's okay. We're just going to pull it up as much as we can. And you can make it however you want. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be fancy, because what happens is when it cooks, all these little lines bubble up and make it pretty. So you could even like do some lines, you know, or make it into a shape. But I like it just like this, and it'll be super pretty when it comes out of the oven. Now we're just going to crack an egg into a bowl. We're going to whisk this around, scramble it up. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Then we're just going to take a brush and we're going to brush the top and the sides with the egg wash. So what this does, this one little step, you could cook this without it. This one little step is what's going to make the outside crispy, which is just so yummy. So you'll have like the crispy on the outside and the flaky on the inside, and then the gooey cheese. Gonna get everything coated. Now you don't have to use all of the egg wash. I just want to make sure that's really, really clear. But that's all you have to do. We're gonna head to the oven. You want to bake it in a preheated oven to 350 degrees, and we're gonna bake this for about 20 minutes. We're gonna check it around 20. You might even want to check it at 15, but about 20 to 25 minutes is what it usually takes. But I would check it at 15 just to make sure it doesn't brown. So I will see you in a few minutes. Okay, she looks beautiful. I just wanted to show you, nice and golden brown, and she's ready to come out. We're gonna actually let her sit on the counter for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll be ready to serve. Okay, she has been setting. The pan was a little bit warm, but it wasn't too bad. And then all we're gonna do is we're gonna move her, I know it's not a her, but move the brie to like a serving platter, and you're gonna add, we'll talk about that in a minute, but just a quick scoop and carefully move it over. Now the reason we want it to sit for a few minutes is because if you were to cut it right now, that cheese is just gonna come gushing out. And we want it to be nice and melted we don't want it to be running out when you cut it. Well, you want it to run out a little bit, but not like it's water, you know? Okay, so we're ready. I'm gonna lay this down and we're gonna get to cutting. I wanted to show you real quick, just look how pretty. Remember how ugly it was where I just threw everything up here, but look how pretty it looks now. So you don't have to be super, you know, worried about when you're wrapping up the brie, but it just always comes out beautiful every single time. Okay, so now to cut into your brie, you're going to want, you can just use like a knife, or you can use a really cute, like a cheese knife, you know, board, because this isn't too hard, but I like to have a knife just in case and something to serve it with. So we're gonna do a quick cut. And I usually cut it kind of like a pizza, if that makes sense. So like little rectangles. Oh, she's gooing out. Oh, she looks so good. Yummy gooiness. So I didn't quite wait long enough because I was too excited. So as you can see, it kind of just flew out. There's still plenty in here, but I wanted to show you why you don't want to cut it immediately. We waited a good 5 minutes, but we should have waited more like 10 to 15 minutes. I was just so excited. But I do want to show you, look, it is so cheesy and so delicious. You can dip it in just the cheese or also just the bread. We usually do both, and that's why we have a variety of things to serve with it. If you have not tried apples with brie, you're missing out. So good. And that's how easy it is to make such a delicious appetizer that is going to impress everybody. I love to serve it with different crackers, but we also love to serve it with fruit because brie tastes amazing with fruit. So even if you're doing grapes, apples, whatever you like, you can add to it. So head to the link in the description. Look at that gooey cheese. Is that not so yummy? I can't wait for a bite. But head to the link in the description and you can grab the full recipe. You can also get our digital cookbook. Huge discount. It's our Christmas cookbook. You're going to want to snag that today while you can because we want to help you have the best holidays ever this year. Okay, I'm out of here, friends. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time for another family-friendly recipe. Bye.